Would you say, meanwhile, congratulations to the 58 sons, but what has been the biggest issue attaining 21 justices for the Supreme Court? Like the CJN said, they've never achieved that feat.
Well, first of all, let me also extend my congratulations to the Learned Senior Silk that has just been awarded. It's a beautiful feat to achieve in this profession of ours. Having said that, Section 230 of the 1999 Constitution as amended clearly states there that there shall be a Supreme Court of Nigeria. And if you go to Section 230, subsection 2A, it states clearly that the Supreme Court shall consist of the Chief Justice of Nigeria and such number of justices not exceeding 21. Okay? And then that clearly has stated the number of justices that should be on the bench at a particular time. But over the years, that has not been achieved. And not being achieved is not the desire of the judiciary or even the CJA, the Chief Justice of the Federation. But I think it is a clear manipulation of the executive.
So does that mean justice has been consistently already denied even before you get, because they're not complete?
Because if they are not complete, access to justice will be limited, it will be slowed, it will be denied. And justice delayed, of course, sometimes can be justice denied. And so if we have enough justices on the bench, there will be, justices will be fast-tracked, access to justice will also be easy, and the court will also achieve its optimum. As we are, the situation in the country now is such that most of the courts have piles of files, which they have not. In fact, most of the judgments that are coming out of the court are thrown out because of time, lapse of time. I mean, some judgments, some matters, some issues are thrown out of court because they are statute bar. And it is not the fault of the litigant most of the time. And so, if we are unable to achieve these 21 justices on the bench, it simply means that Nigeria is deliberately sitting on the head of justice. In fact, justice is standing on its head. And that is a very dangerous procedure. And we have enjoyed this thing over the time, and it seems as if it's a normal thing in this country. And that shouldn't be. We hope that the current dispensation will do something about it.
Okay, let's look at the issue of this 58 new sons. We know that before you become a senior advocate of Nigeria, you should have done some pro bono cases enough to, get considered and other parameters. For you, do you think sons have done well enough, the previous ones and these 58 new ones? Because what we seem to see is sons have this advantage when they go to court of law, and there's this of ego amongst people when they attain that position. Because the CJN did make a comment towards the newly appointed sons that they should be humble, professional, rather than ego-tripping. How would you describe our SANs?
Well, for me, that rank is the highest rank you can be awarded in this profession. Okay. Just like in the military, when you attain the rank of a general, not just a general, maybe a lieutenant general, you are said to have achieved the peak of your career. For us in this profession, it takes hard work, it takes real industry, it takes experience and determination for you to get to that point. And so for anyone, any practitioner, legal practitioner who has achieved that rank, I think it's the fallout of his effort, commitment, and dexterity to this profession. So for me, we should at all times applaud the system that turns them out all of the time. Because if you don't continue to appoint or award senior advocates, the tendency is that a time will come we will not have senior advocates in the country. And that is not good. Yes, in terms of ego, yes, if you know your onions, why not? If you have what it takes to defend the rank that you have been awarded, of course, you can show it, not just by raising your shoulders, but show it in the court through your argument and the cases you're going to win. There are conditions sine qua non to becoming a senior advocate. Not necessarily because you have to have done pro bono cases, no, but you must have prosecuted matters from the lower court down to the Supreme Court. You must have practiced for not less than 10
regardless of how many victories you get in the cases.
The essence of defending a client in the court is not just to win. It's just to ensure that legal jurisprudence is espoused, to ensure that the right of your client is also shown and defended before the court, not necessarily because you must win, because if you look at Al Hassan and the states, it is said to that justice is a three-way traffic. justice to the state,
Okay.
justice to the defendant, and justice to the complainant. So if you go to
So
court,
is it possible to get justices for the three?
yes, it's possible. It's possible. Whenever any judgment is churned out from the court,
Okay.
the man who wins the court is not the only one who has gotten justice. The one who committed the offense will be punished for the offense he has committed.
So
that is justice for him.
Okay.
And then for the state, such person would have been taken out of circulation. Assuming it's a criminal matter, assuming that person, assuming the suspect or the defendant is a murderer,
Okay.
he would have been kept out of circulation so that he doesn't commit more offenses against the state. Assuming he's a terrorist, he's a bandit, he's a kidnapper. So for the state will also have gotten justice by the court asking the defendant to go and cool in the bars. So it is justice all around.
All right, let's look at some of the merit of having 21 justices. The CJN talked about the issue of rescuing the apex court from having gain of retirement. How does this apply? Because according to the CJN, at a point they had only 10 justices instead of 21.
Well, I must commend my Lord Justices. At that apex, the work is small. The vision is higher, I agree, but the work is small. Because whatever judgment they give at that point determines the existence of either an institution or any individual. And so for us, at the time we had that limited number of justices, we were worried how our Lord Justices were able to dispense their judgment because many cases were on their tables and it was difficult for them to assist.
But what makes it difficult? You have the justices, why is it hard to have them move? What's that clog? Why is it impossible?
First of all,
the lawyers?
It is important for us to know how does a case get to the Supreme Court. Assuming
No, I'm saying why is it difficult to have 21 justices in the Supreme Court? Why is it difficult?
It's political will. Simply because the executive does not want to grant that opportunity. The judiciary does not have the money on our own to fund the welfare and salaries of justices who will be appointed into that position. And so, because the executive have the money, they are the one to make available, to budget money for those extra justices that ought to have. So, on their own, they cannot do anything because their hands are tied like a bear. And so, they have to wait for the executive. For the NJC, don't forget, the Constitution states clearly that appointment of a justice